On the first day of the residency, we're going to work on recreating an animation very similar to this. It's a good introduction to a lot of the basic principles of keyframe animation on the timeline in After Effects. What we have here are Photoshop layers that are being animated. They're moving, rotating, and there's an effect that's being animated on the background. In order to prepare for this, what I would like you to do is create the Photoshop file that has the layers that you want to animate. Here in Photoshop, we see the two different compositions that I want you to create. The first one is going to be perfectly square. I made this 800 pixels by 800 pixels, so it would have the resolution I want it to have in our composition. If you look at the layers over here, you'll see the layers that you want to have. First of all, it's on a transparent background. There is a layer called Face. Tick marks, you can have numbers. There's an hour hand and a minute hand. The things that are critical are that you have a minute hand that it's on its own layer so it can be animated, an hour hand on its own layer so it can be animated, and the face behind it. The tick marks I put on a separate layer just so I could put a bevel on it, which doesn't seem to be there. I wanted beveled tick marks. Okay, so layer effects work best if you have things on layers, of course. So this is the first composition. Things that are important. One, everything be centered. I put guides in here so I can make sure that the center of rotation for the hands is the exact center of the document. Two, you name your layers. In After Effects, sometimes all you see is the name. You don't have a little picture here, so you want to be sure that all of your layers are named. The second composition is more the layout for the animation. This one was created to be high definition video resolution. I used this preset under Film and Video, high def, 1280 by 720, and this one has a background layer. You see the background layer here. I applied an effect to just as part of the design process. What's important here is that you have it be the right resolution, high definition video resolution. There be a background layer, a pendulum arm, and the clock here is actually taken from this composition. I just did a copy merged, pasted that over here, scaled it down to 25%, and positioned it in front. So there are three layers that should be in this file: the clock, the pendulum arm, and a background. All the layers should be named, positioned, centered on the screen, and that's all that matters with these. I have a demo video where I go through step by step how I created these two files. But I assume most of you know Photoshop and or Illustrator and understand how to create these already. But just to be sure, I have a demo video that you can look at for every single step. All right.